Today, I'm going to learn all of the Dandy's World lore because I have played over 50 hours of this game and I still don't know the lore. Come on, guys. Of course, I'm going to learn the Dandy's World lore from Game Theory, okay? They are a trusted source. They're kind of like Wikipedia. Anyways, I'm excited. I hope you guys are excited. Let's get right into it. Okay, here we go.
At it again. Move over, doors. There's a new horror game in town that
I love this game.
and its name is Dandy's World.
Pink!
Trust that smile for a minute, friends.
No. Please trust him. I like him. He's goated.
Broken character.
Oh,
who
never
ruined
mind.
The lives of his friends, his creators, and the very.
Wait, he did? What? I thought Dandy was
Welcome to
good.
Game Theory, the show that just can't get enough black goo. Think about it.
What?
Bendy, Bob Mod, FNAF.
Oh, okay.
All of them have a black goopy thing that.
You know what?
leads
He's
to
kind of
one
spitting.
thing. Oh, we should probably just plug it into my veins at this point.
Oh my
HR won't let me
I would
do
love
it.
to do that too. I won't lie, guys. 5 months ago, when I first started playing Dandy's World, I could not find any lore videos about this game. Like, where did you guys learn the lore from Dandy's World? I couldn't find anything on YouTube. But thank you again, Game Theory, for giving me this theory. Finally, I get to learn the lore. It's very
Place
epic.
in an abandoned educational center and museum called the Garden View Center. We play as these little creatures known as toons. Our job is
Little
to hop
creatures.
into the
I'm a
elevator
little
with
creature.
some friends, traded into the lead character Dandy to unlock even more toons to play as.
Dandicus,
But as
Dandifer,
you might
or something. Is
expect,
that his
we're
name?
not
I
the only
forgot.
things- What happened to this beloved place to shutter its doors?
Yeah,
and
why-
it
like, why are
suddenly
there
come back to
Twisteds?
life With evil versions of the toons. known
Exactly.
as Twisteds.
I don't know
Trying
anything about the
desperately to
Twisteds.
stop
They
us
confuse
dripping
me.
With that delightful black goo. There it is.
Okay, this guy needs to relax with the goo.
We're gonna get to the bottom of what's really going on.
Finally,
in Dandy's
yes!
World. It's an application for a business loan dated 1984.
Oh
From
my
here, you
God,
can
it's
see that
old.
The Garden View
That's
Center
Unk.
is the
Unk
brainchild
business.
of two young visionaries, Henry Stein and Joey Troy.
Imagine.
I meant Delilah
That'd be
Keene
funny.
and Arthur Walton. Although the connections between these two and Bendy. Thanks to a note sketched out by Arthur, we can tell that he was the one.
Dandy is so
she was a bit
cute.
more sus. After
Oh.
seeing the sketch of the lead
Sus.
character, Dandy,
What about the others? You said he had friends. Yes? I'll need them. Respond ASAP. By the way, out
Oh.
of coffee. Get more. Also ASAP.
Oh my God, she's like bossy. Oh my God.
saying,
You've never failed me before, Delilah.
Then, in a recent update, the developers added these portraits of Garden View's two founders. Arthur is dressed to the nines. I tip my hat to you,
Oh,
sir. And
wait.
Delilah is
He's low-key got that
covered in
on.
black goo. See, Arthur?
Oh,
this
she looks-
is how it starts.
What? Where does she get that from? She looks evil, bro. She looks suspicious.
Meant to house an inky version of you that they can torture for all eternity.
sounds a little
It's
familiar.
Tale as old as time. Although this
Tale
photo
as
is
old
a
as
little
time.
different to the living ink from Bendy.
the Ichor.
called Ichor. And not
Yeah.
only can we find this black goo all over the place during the game, but when you get caught by a Twisted, your toon explodes into the stuff. It's almost like the Roblox PG safe version of blood. Greek mythology. I wonder why there's so much.
I know
Not
nothing
really
about
a
Greek
theory for
mythology.
another day.
I'm about to
So
be
make sure you ink splat that
confused.
subscribe button like your life depends on it.
True.
Because
Subscribe to Game Theory.
the gods had a mysterious substance known as Ichor. They also believed that if a normal human were to
Wait, I actually thought he was trolling. Ichor is from Greek mythology? Oh my God, I feel so stupid. That's fire. Oh my God.
Ichor is just the blood of the toons? Oh no, my friends.
No, there's
There
gotta
is
be
a lot
more.
going
Yeah,
on.
yeah,
Because
yeah.
Ichor is also this game's form of currency. We collect more
That's-
and more.
I just realized how weird that is. We're collecting blood and we're like selling it to Dandy. Why does he need Ichor? Don't worry, he's gonna answer that question for me.
More toons to play as from Dandy's shop. Almost
Yeah.
as if Ichor isn't just the blood that's coursing through them, but it's
Maybe it's how they're
actually what
made?
is used to make the toons. And-
I called it! I'm a genius!
While Arthur was the one who originally designed the toons, it was Delilah who brought them to life using.
Oh my God, that makes so much. That's why she's covered in it.
You unlock research that gives you more lore about each character. Several of the research entries mention that it's the Ichor, and more specifically, being overcome by Ichor, that turns these
Overcome?
happy-go-lucky toons into the twisted monsters they are.
Like, maybe
now.
when they
That
get
also
too much
explains why all of
Ichor?
the Twisteds can be seen with Ichor pouring out.
Yeah, there's so much Ichor all over them. Okay,
every
okay.
orifice. They are literally so full of the stuff, it's leaking out of them.
Oh,
So
that's
then, if this
disgusting.
stuff is- Get their loan in 1984, and from there, they set up the Garden View Center as a children's educational center and museum. What it
Okay.
was a museum of back in 1984 is unclear exactly. But
Oh, that's
based on two
true.
Polaroid photos dated 1988, what is
Aw.
clear is that these characters were originally designed as a selling point for the center. Unlike
Yeah.
other attractions, the Garden View Center didn't have just people in mascot costumes or cuddly animatronics. They had living, breathing versions of the toons that kids could come and
know.
Despite this place looking abandoned for years, there are a bunch of posters still lying.
There
on the walls
is,
that
yeah,
give us
yeah.
some interesting details. First off,
And then you can also find like little like animated things too, like there was like a cartoon or something.
in every corner of the Garden View Center, there are CRTs playing a TV
Yeah,
show
the little
full of
animations.
lovable tunes who might look a little
Like the
familiar. There are
cartoons.
also, along with the dates they originally aired, hung up on the
Oh, that's
main walls
fire
of
that they put the
building. This
dates.
show is
Look at
Dandy's
Shrimpo.
World. Garden View characters became so popular that they eventually created a
Oh
show.
my
The
god,
show
I
wasn't
love the
just
little
about
animations.
the
They're so
adventures of Garden View,
cute.
though. If you take a look around the place, you can actually find storyboards for the show. If you don't know, storyboards are essentially what this show was actively being worked on here at the Garden View Center. This wasn't just a place where kids could come to
it
learn
was
and
a
play.
workplace,
it was
too.
also a TV studio. And as I realized that, I couldn't help but be reminded
That
of a
makes so
certain
much
other
more
TV
sense.
studio. A studio that, in itself, was also famous for its use of a slimy substance.
Slimy?
Nickelodeon Studio.
Oh, I was like, what is this guy yapping about slimy substance?
Nickelodeon Studios was part of the wider
Yeah, they got the green-
Universal
the green
Studios in
goop.
Orlando, Florida. Much like the Garden View Center, it was both a place for kids and a working studio.
Yeah,
Classic Nick
that's
shows like
true.
Double Dare. People that were coming for the theme park side to keep their kids entertained could also sign up to come and see their favorite shows get
That's probably
made.
what
If
they
you
were
were
doing with
lucky enough,
Dandy's
you had
World
the chance
then.
of being in the audience to watch
Okay.
these shows.
I wonder why it got shut down or what happened. Like there had to have been like an incident. Obviously, we see the Twisteds, but I want to know how it happened. I want to know the lore.
This idea of live studio filming is exactly what we're seeing happening in the Garden View Center. While the clips for the TV show are definitely cartoons, the characters themselves are toons, and they talk as if these events are real events that really happened. For example, one of the
I didn't
episodes
know
of the
that.
Dandy's World toon named Scraps on a game show, well, winning big, with the show being hosted by another toon,
V.
But this actual V and Scraps have memories of this event. In one of the
That's
dialogues
weird.
that can happen among
How?
the characters between levels, V and Scraps say this.
Hey V, you're not mad at me for winning all of your game show prizes.
Wait,
right? V?
That's crazy.
Gonna take that as a yes.
In another set of dialogue, V claims
That's such a
Scraps'
small
victory on the
detail.
game show that she is mad because it really happened. These toons are more than just live action characters for the kids to meet. They were the performers that starred in the show.
In the
and those kids who
show.
were by 1990, Dandy's World was on the air and ran for over a decade. But as with all
Oh my
indie
God,
horror histories, the
2000?
winning streak, the final episode of the show was planned for July 21st, 2002.
Was
But from what
planned.
we can tell, it never actually made it to air because according to the city newspaper,
Ooh.
on June 24th, 2002, the
Ichor.
Garden View Center closed its doors. The last aired episode we know about was from
Pebble!
2001, which again lines up with what we saw from the Nickelodeon studios. The studio began
Oh, it's
to
the
lay off staff
same?
that same year, 2001, and the game shows being produced there had production halted, while Nickelodeon animation continued in other locations. The show stopped at the same time the studio did.
Because
However,
they
compared
recorded
to
at the
studio's
studio.
closure, Garden View's closure was a little more mysterious.
Little bit more suspicious.
Quote, malfunction incident, which, as we all know, is indie horror
cooked.
corporate speak for our creation turned on us and tried to kill everyone.
Yep.
Delilah, we need to talk. I know you've kept reassuring
Delilah's
me.
trolling.
What had happened wasn't due to anything you had done. You had to
What
have known
happened?
this could happen to him. If you did,
Him?
why didn't you tell anyone? Why didn't you tell me? Something like this doesn't just happen.
That him that Arthur is referring to, the one that something happened to, the one that
It's Dandy.
malfunctioned,
It's
I believe,
Dandy.
is none other than the star of the show,
Dandy.
our titular flower,
Yep.
Dandy. Let me explain. Ever since Garden View Center closed
What
down,
did he do,
several
though?
of the other
What
toons
happened?
have talked about how uneasy they feel around him. And we don't have to take their word
Ooh.
for it. Dandy pops up in the elevator to sell you power-ups to
Just
make your
buy
life
something
easier. But
already.
if you instead choose to not buy from him,
He gets
Dandy starts to get
irritated.
more and more frustrated. Things become less fine and dandy, and he'll have a full-blown meltdown. He will turn into his twisted form, and you'd better watch out because he'll soon spawn on an upcoming level to hunt you down. Dandy is a loose cannon, ready to snap at any moment if he doesn't get his way. Based on my
Oh, so okay. Dandy could just turn twisted whenever he wants if he's upset at us. Okay, that makes a lot more sense.
Dandy was the first creation, Arthur's main guy. But unlike
Yeah.
the others, we're being shown that he can transform into a twisted rather than just being a Twisted, which lines up with the idea that this mascot malfunctioned, transforming into a Twisted and created an incident that got the entire place shut down. And that
Dandy,
proved to be correct when the star of the show, the one who runs the Ichor operation. It's
Ichor
all
operation?
his fault. Everything we're experiencing, the abandoned
so
studio
Dandy's
taken over by
trolling?
monsters, the studio shutting down leading to this point, it's all Dandy's fault.
But
However,
why?
the reason
What are
for
his
Dandy's
motives?
snap isn't quite as simple as you might think. When Twisted Dandy chases you in-game, a song plays that you've no doubt heard before, but probably never knew the name of.
Oh, it's Banger!
This song is called Claire de Lune. and
Claire
it's based
de
off an
Lune.
a
It's a
poem
fire
about
ass song.
Someone who looks happy on the outside, but deep down is sad. Quote, playing the lute and dancing and all, but sad beneath their fantasy disguises. They are these picture-perfect, happy, smiling
but
tunes
they're
performing
not.
for the joy of others. But deep down, they're sad.
sad.
And they're sad because of what we saw during the Christmas update last year. Some of the Christmas-themed tunes were doing the whole Blair Witch thing and hiding in the corner. Delilah's response was basically, Christmas is over, just throw them into storage till next year. Even though the
she's
tunes are
trolling.
alive, they were being abused by their handlers and treated like props. Only good for the thing they were made for, and
Which is
nothing else.
Christmas.
Behind their smiles
Okay.
were sad and lonely creatures. Dandy's dialogue when he thinks you're ignoring him at the shop matches this.
We're friends here, right? Friend? What is happening?
He is terrified that he too has lived past his usefulness. He got scared. He didn't want to be ignored, to be forgotten, to no longer be
So he,
the
like,
star. And
snapped?
as a result, he became overcome by the Ichor and ultimately caused all the tunes to be locked away forever. A
Dandy,
self-fulfilling
no.
prophecy. That's he's trying to atone for his sins. He and his friends
my
lost
God.
everything, and it's
That's
all his
crazy.
fault. Now he's trying to bring the show back to life. He specifically keeps
That's
asking you to
actually
find and
insane.
collect and give him the VHS tapes of the show. And he's using the Ichor to create more tunes. Maybe, just maybe, if all the tunes
And that's
come
why
back,
he's
so
like
too will the fans, the kids,
That makes so much more sense on why he's like forcing us to collect all this Ichor and like why he like gets so upset when we don't buy from him. Dude, my mind has been expanded. This makes so much more sense now.
And Dandy can once again be the star he was literally born to be. But he's not Delilah. He doesn't know how to use the Ichor properly. He's using too much, and so all of his toon friends are ending up
As Twisteds. Oh, so he
That's just a theory.
no buy. No buy. That's fire. He just wants all his friends to make cartoons again. That's all he wants. My go Dandicus Dandifer. I think that's his name, at least. I don't know. That's really sad. That just makes me feel bad for him and all the other tunes, especially the event tunes. Oh man. I'm so sorry, Dandy. That was honestly such a really good game theory, and it explains so much. I had so many questions about this game. I literally knew nothing about the lore. I was so confused on like everyone's motives and why like Dandy was like kind of like the ringleader, like why he was like forcing us to get all this Ichor. I understand it now. But yeah, I really enjoyed this video. If you guys enjoyed, make sure to like, comment, and subscribe. And guys, go watch the original video. This video is honestly amazing. You guys know game theory makes bangers. Well, that's gonna be it for today's video. If you guys enjoyed, remember to like, comment, and subscribe. And make sure you guys check out that time I watched the funniest Dandy's World memes. Bye!